Okay, so Sony released a so this week Sony released a press release, or at least they released some statements, and I already went through this whole entire article, so I'm gonna summarize it pretty quickly. But I'm gonna show you some things in the articles. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna summarize it really quickly, because every time that I say I'm gonna summarize something really quickly, I end up going for a lot longer. So I think that maybe it'll be better if I just go along with it. So Sony says that it's gonna get harder to be able to buy PlayStations. At least Sony's not saying that, but this article is saying that. Sony is just saying that they're gonna have to cut their production, and that's what this article is saying. And this is from Bloomberg, and they're saying that it's going to get even harder to buy a PlayStation 5. And the reason they're saying that is because Sony is saying that they will be cutting back from 14. Let's see, the company has now cut that number down to 15. So they wanted to release 16 million units by the end of the year. And unfortunately, they're cutting that back to about 15 million units of the PS5, which it's going to be a little bit harder. And I understand, because semiconductors are getting really scarce to find right now. And you know, they're having a difficult time getting parts, so I get it. But if you haven't gotten a PlayStation 5 by now, which I haven't, I've been looking and I've been trying, and I've been getting into these sales and all these drops and everything, and I just say I can't seem to get my hands on one, and I'm not willing to pay a scalper. So I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting to buy my PlayStation 5 MSRP. I'm not gonna pay for, you know, an additional $500 to buy from a scalper, and I'm gonna encourage people to please don't do that, because it's just gonna make things harder for everybody. Once you start supporting the scalpers, they'll just keep doing it. And I know it's a high demand item, but just hold off. Hold off until you can get your hands on one at MSRP. But anyways, on October 18th, Hiroki Toki told investors on a conference call late last month that PS5 sales in the quarter ended September were slightly weaker than expectations, and having previously warned that any resurgence in the spread of COVID-19 may impact the company's component supply. The PlayStation 5 became the fastest Sony console to reach 10 million units sold this July, but it has fallen behind the sales pace of its predecessor, the PlayStation 4. Jeez, I messed that up. Anyway, so here they give you some graphs about the sales on how it compared to the PlayStation 4. PS5's on black, PS4's on blue. And if you can see, October to December, they're about the same. And then from January to March, the PlayStation 5 kind of starts taking over. But then April to June, they start falling back, and now they're falling back, and this is getting up to 15 million units. And Sony thought that they were going to be able to get the 16 million units, but like I said, with the shortage going on parts, Sony's having, and it's not just Sony, it's every company struggling to try to keep up with demand, especially when it comes with electronics. I mean, the economy was closed for so long that this was something that was going to be foreseeable in the future. Unfortunately, the way things are going, it seems like this is going to be something that's going to continue into 2022, and we may have a even harder time being able to get our hands on products, not just the PlayStation 5, but just on products in general. You know, companies are rolling out vaccine mandates everywhere, and not only are they rolling out vaccine mandates, people are refusing to take the vaccine. So they might have to cut, you know, employees, or employees might refuse to come into work. So it's going to put things at a greater strain. And then shipping constraints with the containers being backlogged for as long as they have. So it's just creating this big old chaos, global pandemic shortage, basically, for consumer goods. And because of the conductor supply issue, Sony's having to cut back from their expected 16 million. So again, it's going to get harder to get a PlayStation 5, like they say here. So if you haven't got a PlayStation 5 by now, you know, like I said, I think I said it last week, there's plenty of YouTubers who are live streaming when the sales go on. I personally follow Jake Randall, so follow him. That's who I wake up to in the mornings when there's going to be some drops, or in the afternoons when there's going to be a drop. That's who I follow. And he does a really good job at keeping people entertained, not just keeping people entertained throughout the live streams. He also does a good job at letting people know all the information that you need in order to be able to get your hands on a console. And he doesn't just do PlayStation 5s. He also does for Xbox releases, and I think he did for the Switch OLED. I think he did one. And again, on Twitter, there's plenty of accounts out there. Jake Randall, again, follow him on Twitter. He basically lets you know when things are going down, and I don't know if he's got contacts in the back end that are letting him know information. I have a few contacts, but they're local contacts. And they let me know when they get certain stocks in, and when they get certain things in, like certain consoles in. So I have a few local contacts myself for a few stores, but again, that won't help you guys out because again, it's not national. But I'm gonna say it again: if you haven't gotten your hands on a PlayStation 5 by now, just wait. If you have to wait it out, wait it out. Or if you want to get yourself an Xbox, get yourself an Xbox. I know people, and this article talks about that some people are having to go into stores to get their orders and they've been canceled, or if they haven't been canceled. And I don't know if it was this article, but another one. But I read another article that people have gone in and gotten their orders canceled because of overcommitment from the companies, and you know, they go into the stores and they're like, oh, okay, well, I can get my hands on an Xbox, and they find an Xbox. If that's your choice to do, if that's what you want to do, then do it. I'm gonna say buy your consoles at MSRP. Do not buy it from scalpers, because the more people keep buying them from scalpers, the more you're gonna end up causing an issue. The more you're going to help increase the problem of these shortages and people not being able to get their hands on them. So again, unfortunately for Sony, they're gonna have to get back their units, which means it's gonna be harder for people to get their PlayStations this year, or maybe next year. But again, this was a foreseeable thing in the future with all electronics, since there's been companies, especially AMD, who has already said that this might go all the way until 2023 before we start seeing maybe some sort of leveling out. I mean, maybe summer 2022, maybe 2023. By that point, I would, if I still haven't gotten my hands on a PlayStation 5 by at least mid, I want to say April of next year, then at that point I might wait to see if Sony is coming out with a PlayStation 5 Pro, and then I will wait on that, or maybe an updated PlayStation, maybe like a PlayStation 5 Slim, and I might wait on something like that. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, and if you're gonna be getting your hands on a PlayStation 5, if you've been able to get your hands on a PlayStation 5 through following one of these YouTubers, or any tips or tricks that you may have used in order to be able to get your hands on a PlayStation 5. Put it in the comments and let me know. Or if you're planning on just waiting on the PlayStation Pro that has been rumored, or if you think that, hey, I'm just gonna wait until I'm finally able to get my hands on one. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. Also, leave your comments below. If you want to chat about any of these topics or any others, consider joining my live stream during my 1-hour pre-gaming news recap. I'm Eric the Inadequate, and until next time.